I wanted to save this for a book review of the Tree of Life and the Cliphotic Tree, but it was just kind of like on my mind and nagging at me. I was working the Tree of Life and I got to the point where like I'm at the abyss. And basically the message that I got from the abyss is how we have such a great separation in so many layers of our lives. Okay, so starting personally, like we have an abyss within ourselves where we can't reconcile the opposites within us in order to create an emotional and spiritual homeostasis. We're imbalanced. We have a an abyss with the people around us, with our personal relationships, where we push people away and we have to shoehorn them. Like we kind of don't get to know them fully or don't accept parts of them fully because we're trying to shoehorn them into our lives in a way that seems perfect to those who are looking from the outside. There's a generational abyss, whether it's with our kids, whether it's with relatives, and it could be like one generation over, or it could be a few generations. And it's to the point where, like, some of the older generations don't understand that the future generations are the ones that are going to be taking care of the older generations. The older generations aren't invested in the future generations because they're like, okay, once I die, I don't care, you know. But they don't think about reincarnation. Over here in the West, a lot of people are like, okay, once I die, that's it. Or you'd be like, oh, once I die, I go to heaven. So they don't care about the future, and they really don't care about their legacy or their bloodline. They also don't understand when they don't understand something. Like with your kids, you see something, you're like, oh, that's stupid. You don't take the time to understand it or understand why your kids like it. So there's like an abyssal gap between generations. And there's just so much separation. There is an abyssal gap between people within society and globally when it comes to things that seem opposite, whether it's race, whether it's how much you make, whether it's what country you live in, whether it's politics, whether it's gender. And people don't understand that really we're all a part of one whole thing. And there's imbalance on many levels. And that can be due to ego. I mean, it is due to ego. It's all about how people in their minds think of only themselves. It's not the devil, not in the sense that people think. So I just wanted to get that message out there. A lot of people are afraid of going into the abyss when they work with the Kabbalah or the Qliphoth. Like the first time I was going to go into the abyss, I was talking to a lot of people and they were like, yeah, man, like it's a terrible place to go. Yeah, because it breaks you apart and it tells you the truth and it shows you the truth. But this is like fourth, fifth, sixth time in it because I can just go in and out. When you do the work and you return to these places, it gets easier and easier. And they start giving you these messages and showing you certain things. So, yeah, for anybody who's just interested in the Qliphotic and Tree of Life work, I will soon be doing a review of my experiences as well as a book that help guide me through both of those trees. All right.